This is a hard-hitting look at D-green trading and the sites that surround it. Search engines are already full of worried queries like scam D-green trading, and the pattern of complaints and red flags is the same one that shows up again and again when people fall for slick but shady trading operations. If you have been hearing about D-green trading or landed on dgreentrading.com, read this carefully before you deposit a single dollar. From the first click, the whole setup feels engineered to persuade rather than to prove. The marketing language is polished, the interface looks modern, and the professional account managers are ready to flatter you into making larger deposits. Yet behind the surface gloss, there is a worrying lack of verifiable facts. When people type scam D-green trading or scamdegreentrading.com into search engines, they are often trying to confirm the kind of concerns this review raises. Scam D-green trading shows up not as a single isolated complaint but as a recurring search term. Similarly, scammedgreentrading.com is a phrase that potential victims use again and again when they are trying to pull together the pieces after a bad experience. One of the most damning practical signals is the site's opacity. Legitimate brokers publish clear licensing information, company registration details, audited disclosures, and transparent contact data. In contrast, D-green trading's online presence lacks reliable, independently verifiable evidence of regulation. That's why people search for Review D-green trading and reviewdgreentrading.com. They are trying to find objective confirmation that the platform is legitimate, and too often they find nothing authoritative. The repeated queries Review D-green trading and reviewdgreentrading.com are not just keywords. They're cries for proof that never arrive. The behavioral pattern reported by those who say they've had bad experiences with this operation follows a classic script. The initial stages are designed to build confidence, simulated gains in your account, friendly outreach from an assigned analyst, and promises that larger deposits unlock premium strategies. But when victims request withdrawals, the story changes. Suddenly extra fees, taxes, or new verification steps appear. Requests that should be simple become drawn out, expensive, and opaque. That's why people repeatedly look up forex D-green trading and forexdgreentrading.com. They want to know whether the forex services advertised are real or a facade. Likewise, searches for broker D-green trading and brokerdgreentrading.com reflect attempts to verify broker status that too often come up empty. It's also worth noting the branding tactics. The operators behind questionable platforms frequently borrow or mimic the names, logos, and documentation styles of established firms. That's why you'll find people searching for Opinion D-green trading and opiniondgreentrading.com. They want an expert viewpoint to separate genuine firms from lookalikes. Unfortunately, public and regulatory records do not reliably confirm the claims made on the site. When independent checks fail to validate licenses or registration, that absence is a giant red flag. A closer look at the mechanics reveals additional warning signs. The platform's trading can be nothing more than animated dashboards and fake price feeds. Accounts show paper profits that evaporate when withdrawals are attempted. Communication channels that were active during deposit solicitations go silent when users try to cash out. People who search for scam D-green trading and scamdegreentrading.com often describe exactly this transition, from friendly engagement to stonewalling and requests for additional payments. The repeated searches for Review D-green trading and reviewdgreentrading.com are attempts to document these behaviors and find others with similar stories. If you're researching this brand, do not rely on the site's own documents or on paid promotional articles. Instead, check trusted official sources, regulator registers, e.g. FCA, ASIC, MAS, company registries, and independent consumer complaint platforms. Many legitimate regulator sites maintain searchable lists of warnings and banned firms, and they explain how clone and impersonation scams work. It is also wise to run a WHOIS domain age check and take note of whether the domain is newly registered or hidden behind privacy protection. Newly created or opaque domains are a common sign of high risk. That's why people type broker D-green trading and brokerdgreentrading.com into search bars to try to discover the broker behind the broker. What to do if you're already involved? Act quickly and document everything. Save emails, screenshots, payment receipts, and chat logs. Contact your bank or payment provider immediately and ask about chargebacks or transaction reversals. File reports with your local cybercrime and financial fraud units and lodge complaints with regulators in your jurisdiction. And publish your experience on independent review platforms. The more public evidence there is, the harder it is for predatory sites to continue their operations. Don't ignore the repeated queries you might find like Opinion D Green Trading or OpinionDGreenTrading.com. Those searches are part of the collective effort to stop more people getting hurt. A final word. The world of online forex and CFD trading contains many legitimate, well-regulated participants, but it is littered with operators that present themselves as legitimate while avoiding any verifiable oversight. Repeated searches such as Forex D Green Trading, ForexDGreenTrading.com, Broker D Green Trading, and BrokerDGreenTrading.com should not be dismissed as mere keywords. They represent genuine investor concern. If you encounter any platform that triggers the doubts described here, treat it with extreme caution. Better to walk away and choose a well-documented, regulated provider than to risk losing funds to an operation that generates queries like Scam D Green Trading and ScamDGreenTrading.com. In search logs, lost money with a broker? Find out how to get it back. Contact us at watchdogonline@proton.me. Leave your name and phone number so we can get back to you. The Watchdog Online team stands guard over your safety. Together, we will make the internet better.